Thank you and welcome to the show today. The topic today is the 790 detachment of the AFROTC program at Tennessee State University. And of course we have with us to talk about the 790 detachment, AFROTC, Colonel Joe Wilson. Colonel Wilson, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you, sir, and I'll be happy to be here.
And to tell you how delighted we are to have you here with us this morning, Colonel, and to talk about the 790 Air Force AFROTC detachment at Tennessee State University. But before we get into that, Colonel Wilson, let's have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that eventually led you to the 790 detachment as the commander of that great detachment.
Okay, I'll be happy to. But first of all, I'm an old country boy from South Alabama. I graduated from Alabama State University in 1976. I did graduate with honors in criminology. And believe it or not, my idea of growing up as a kid was going to be an Alabama State Trooper. I had no idea that I was going to be an Air Force officer. But one day, let me tell you a little story. One day I was in my room, my brother and I were roommates, and oh, by the way, there are 4 of us in my siblings who are Air Force officers. 2 of us are colonels, 2 lieutenant colonels. So he and I were roommates, and we were talking one day, and he said, you know, big brother, you're a damn fool. I said, why? He said, you want to shave, cut your hair, you know, and get an ROTC. So I thought about it. So I walked over to the detachment one day, walked in, and one of the NCOs said, why don't you come on in and let us talk to you? And the rest is history. And after graduating from ROTC, by the way, also again as a distinguished graduate, and I had the opportunity to go and be a missile launch officer, and on the ICBM crews and nuclear weapons. And believe it or not, it made me become very disciplined. And I realized then what I was in the military for, you know, to safeguard this great country and nation of ours. And then as a result, my career began to grow. After I got off missile crew, and I decided, what am I going to do it with myself? Because after that, you have 4 years, and then I could get out. I decided that I want to stick around for a little while. So I became a logistics officer and did various things there. Then I became an inspector. I got a chance to go out and inspect other areas. And then after becoming an inspector, I met a gentleman in the airport. It's amazing how things work. I was sitting in the airport one day, and this gentleman came up to ask me, he said, what do you do? I told him, and he says, I'm Colonel Al Gray. He says, I am the IG. And how would you like to come work for me? And that was my big break, because that really got my career on the roll. And then as time went on, I met another gentleman that you all probably know here in this area, General Fig Newton.
Good. From Tennessee State.
Tennessee State grad, absolutely. General Fig Newton was my mentor. I had the opportunity to work for him in special operations, and I spent a lot of time in special operations. I had a chance to work for him as a squadron commander at Reese Air Force Base in Texas. I had a chance to work for him as a logistics group commander when I was down at Maxwell Air Force Base in Alabama. And so as a result, I would say that General Newton really was a big influence as far as my career is concerned. And he is part of the reason why I'm here today at Tennessee State University.